Hello YouTube, BlueMatona here, and welcome to this episode of Game Guides, where I will be looking at happiness management in Civilization 5. So, as you can see here in this game, I have some pretty high happiness. In 139, I'm going to Golden Ages pretty quick, and there's a bunch of components that go into happiness. So, I'm going to go over those in this video, and I hope you guys enjoy. The first and foremost, and in my opinion, most important component are the luxury resources in this game. So each luxury resource will give you +4 happiness. So if we turn on the resource icons here, you can see them. So these are the strategic resources, like, horses, coal, oil, that stuff. But luxury resources like pearls and wine and marble, as you can see, they give you +4 happiness when improved. Gold, I mean, there's a ton. So this is going to be the most important thing for happiness management. When you are managing a city, when you are growing your empire, and you're trying to stay happy so your cities can grow, it's really going to have to do with when you choose a location to settle a city in, make sure that these luxury resources are around them. You want to be able to have these luxury resources and have them give you the bonuses. And then they give you this +6 instead of +4, I believe. There's a social policy you can adapt. I forget which one it is. Oh, here it is. So in commerce, it's protectionism, +2 happiness from each luxury resource. So this is a pretty important social policy, in my opinion, in commerce here, because, I mean, that gives you a ton more happiness. So yeah, so that's going to be the main one. Make sure you improve them. That means, building plantations, building mines on stuff like gold, or plantations here on the bananas, stuff like that. Just make sure you have workers going around improving your luxury resources. That way, you can get the happiness benefit from them, because if you're not improved, you won't get it. So another major thing here is going to be social policies. This is the second major way to do it. So as I showed you already before, protectionism here gives you +2 happiness, but there are a lot of social policies that affect your happiness as well. I mean, just looking here in tradition, +1 happiness for every 10 citizens in a city. First one out. And here you have -1 unhappiness, so basically +1 happiness for every 2 citizens in your capital. +1 happiness from each city that has a trade route with your capital. So there are, and that's just the first 2, tradition and liberty. I mean, there are a bunch that improve happiness throughout the game. Here's another, that each city with a garrison increases happiness by 1. I mean, so a bunch of these will affect happiness. Some are more useful than others, in my opinion. Here's one, happiness from gifted luxury resources increased by 50%. In my opinion, this is a really important one, +2 happiness from each extra luxury resource, or from each luxury resource that you have, just because that adds up. I mean, if you have like 10, you're getting a ton of extra happiness. And also, I think this one's really good, because your capital will usually be your fastest growing city, your largest city. So getting this +1 happiness for every 2 citizens in the capital is kind of a pretty nice deal to have. So those are the most important 2, in my opinion. You have monarchy and protectionism. Plus, here in tradition, the route down to monarchy is pretty nice. So you get some kind of good stuff along the way. Also, I think you could, ideological tenets, there are some that increase happiness. I can't figure out how to look at them here, but here I took capitalism, so +1 happiness for every mint, bank, and stock exchange. So, not only are those buildings help give me an insanely high gold output, but they're also giving me a happiness boost. So there are, there's a lot you can do with, your ideological tenets and social policies. So, I mean, that's the second major way to do this. The third, and in my opinion a very effective one also, is trading with other players. So let's look here. If I go to Augustus Caesar, I don't know what he has, but I can go to trade with him. He has 2 crabs, and I have 2 incense. Okay. So with each trading an extra, and he's being stingy. Everyone hates me in this game, but 99 times out of 100, or like 95 out of 100, if they have 2 of a luxury resource, and so do you, you can make the trade. That way each of you get the bonus happiness from that luxury resource, without having to give up any happiness, because I'll still have 1 incense left, and he'll still have 1 crab left. So we each still get the +4 or +6 bonus for having that resource without losing it, without losing it in the trade. So we get it, we get an extra +4 or +6, depending on how far in the game you are. Um, Also, if you are allies with a city-state, like let's look at Antana. Okay, that one's too hard to pronounce. Let's look at Genoa. So if you're allies with them, which I am not, but in this game Greece is, they would be giving me, or in this case they're giving Greece, jewelry crab furs. So, if you ally with city-states, like here Kaisel, let's see, they're giving me salted pearls every turn. So it's definitely effective to ally. Oh, well, I'm friends with them, so maybe I'm not. Okay, we'll look at these guys who I'm allied with. So I'm getting these resources from them. So it's definitely beneficial to get the resources from the city-states too. And do those pop up in their own separate category? No, they do not. But that's okay. So basically, some of these luxury resources I have here are going to come from city-states. So it's definitely a good way to do it. As you can see here, you also get from building happiness. So this is the fourth, in my opinion, major way to get happiness, and a very important one as well. I mean, if I go into Thebes here, and let's look at the production. So, I've kind of actually built everything. But if you look at buildings I've built in the city, you can see a lot of them are good for happiness. So Circus gives you +2 happiness. I think, yeah, Burial Tomb gives you +2. Colosseum gives you +2. And so these buildings are going to be very beneficial. And you can also build wonders that really help with happiness as well. So I think, yeah, Notre Dame gives you +10. I know there's some others that affect happiness. Let's see if I can find one here. Yeah, Eiffel Tower gives you +5. So there are some, great buildings and wonders that you can build to up your happiness as well. And just to make sure I'm not missing anything, we'll look back at this. You get some bonus happiness from your difficulty level. You get some from the World Congress. As you can see, I'm getting a little bit from city-states. Oh, right. So the fifth major way is discovery of natural wonders. So when I came down here and I discovered the Great Barrier Reef, if I can find it, I saw I'm playing on a world map, but wherever it is, I think, yeah, Great Barrier Reef here. So I got +1 happiness when I found the Great Barrier Reef. So definitely worth having. Here's another wonder here, right here, Mount Fuji. I got +1 happiness when I discovered Mount Fuji. So that will give you a small amount, but it adds up. So you'll get happiness from that. The sixth major way is with religion. So we're going to go ahead and look at religion really quickly here. And as you can see, this is my religion, Jainism. And I get +1 happiness from cities on rivers, +1 happiness in cities with 3 followers. So I did that because a lot of my cities here, my capital, my first couple cities of this game that I settled here are on rivers. So that's nice. They give me a happiness bonus. And also, I know there's a lot more in religion besides the ones that I took that can give you happiness. So, happiness for every 2 followers following a religion, +1 happiness for cities with a population of 6+. There's a lot. There's a lot that you can choose from that affect happiness. So religion can be a pretty effective way to go as well. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Make sure you just follow these steps and you should have a happy, successful empire that can keep growing and be larger and larger with more and more population. So thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and happy holidays to everybody out there. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year's, or whatever you celebrate. Good for you, and I hope you're enjoying this with your friends and family. So, I hope you've all had a good time. Thanks for watching this video, and yeah, please, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. I'm starting to grow a little bit and getting more views on my videos, so this would really help if you all keep it up and keep watching and keep interacting. So, once again, thank you very much, and as always, I hope to see you all next time.